forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack make it backflip. Telly Hank it with the action. With the Vato speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby May. Just caught a touchdown.
It was a joke. This is a charade.
Marvin Dunn, a prominent Miami psychologist and educator, is one black leader who sees danger masquerading as divinity.
If his members want to believe that he's performed miracles, if he wants to believe that he has performed miracles, so be it. There are some of us here who are not stupid.
Is that what you think he's doing? He's preying on stupid people?
No, I don't think his members are stupid. Any more than the people who followed Jim Jones to Guyana were stupid.
Like Jonestown, the nation of Yahweh is closely held. All who enter are monitored and searched. Sentries, once trained to use clubs and machetes, are posted on all Yahweh property, ready to fend off intruders and to execute Yahweh's will at any cost. On October 30th, 1986, they did just that.
Yahweh ain't no goddamn.
That was the day Anthony Brown
Yahweh don't care, got it.
and Rudolph Broussard refused to move from a housing complex the Yahwehs were about to purchase.
I'm gonna stay here until I get eviction notice. I don't care what they say. I do, cause they ain't going in. Just as simple as that.
10 hours later, after quarreling with staff-wielding Yahweh men clad in white robes, Brown and Broussard were shot and killed. This Yahweh disciple was arrested and confessed to the murders. He was sentenced to 22 years. His given name is Robert Rogier. The Yahwehs knew him as Nehemiah Israel.
Was he a close associate of yours?
No closer than you.
Well, I'm in the media. He must have been an enemy of yours in that case.
Apparently.
I mean, was he one of a close, small circle of people?
No. I don't have a close, small circle. My circle is Yahweh.
How did you feel about what happened there?
I'm against murder. I don't teach murder. It's obvious.
But Robert Rogier says he was taught to kill. He testified in federal court this April about his role in an elite circle formed by Yahweh ben Yahweh for the sole purpose of eradicating enemies. The group has its origins in the Bible, where God's assassins were called death angels.
Have you ever heard of the death angels?
I read about it.
Do you have any?
Do I have any? No. Yahweh has plenty.
What does that mean?
Oh, you read about it in the book of Exodus, when Yahweh killed the firstborn in the Passover. Somebody did it, and it was those under his charge that did it.
The American way is not to bring a charge on a television program with faceless accusers. And
Ellis Rubin is Yahweh ben Yahweh's attorney and was present throughout our interview.
I think the Constitution, which we all revere, says that you have a right to be faced by your accuser.
Your accusers, however, are terrified of you.
No, that's what they say. But who are they, and where are they?
All these faceless people that are making these allegations, they say no one will come forward. Well, I'm here.
Lloyd Clark was here as Yahweh ben Yahweh's bodyguard in 1981. He was known then as Yehuda Israel and lived with his wife and 2 children for 5 years at the Yahweh Temple of Love. Much of what he says is supported by depositions and interviews of others who were afraid to speak publicly.
And he taught that white people were devils and brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed, as the scripture quotes.
And what did he propose that you do about white people, these devils?
Well, he says that Yahweh is going to destroy white people in the end through wars and however else Yahweh sees fit to destroy them. Often he's asked how many of y'all would kill for Yahweh, and everyone raised their hand.
Former members say that you advocate violence against people who are enemies of Yahweh and against white people.
If I advocated violence against our enemies, my enemies, there wouldn't be any.
They say that you have suggested or taught that they bring back the head of a white person in a bag.
How are you sitting here? There wouldn't be any white people if that was so. There's no heads of white people anywhere. Have you read of any? Have you read of bodies of white people being around all over America without their heads? That's ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, it happened 1981.
But Clark says that what happened didn't involve whites, but blacks who defied their leader.
Someone went against Yahweh. They were declared hypocrites. Then one of them showed up at the temple. He was beaten, tied up, gagged with tape around his nose and his mouth, wrapped in some kind of material, put in the trunk.
Trunk of a car?
Of a car. That's the last I saw of him. And I read the next day in the paper that he was beheaded.
The victim was former Yahweh Ashton Green. He was reportedly beheaded while he was still alive. When two other ex-members went to police about Green's murder, they were shot within hours. One died. The other is in a witness protection program. And the case is still under investigation.
Why did you stand there during that, Lloyd?
I stood there because thought I was doing what Yahweh wanted me to do.
Was Yahweh, Ben Yahweh, present when this happened?
No, he wasn't.
Is there any reason to believe he ever knew about it?
Yes, he knew about it because we told him about it.
And what did he say?
He said, praise Yahweh. Yahweh's killing our enemies.
Yahweh's killed our enemies?
Mm-hmm.
If we kill people who criticize us, then the media would all be dead. We wouldn't have to worry about negative publicity because all of you would be dead. So the very fact that all who criticize us are not dead makes that a lie.
In fact, Lloyd Clark's life has been threatened repeatedly since he told the FBI in 1985 of the violence he'd witnessed and warned of more to come, a prediction which came true with the murders of Brown and Broussard a year later. But 4 years after Clark first made his statement, the FBI won't comment on its investigation, although it did feel the threats on Clark's life were serious enough to relocate him to another state.
All I want to do is be able to see them when I come to Miami.
Clark came out of hiding this summer in an effort to get his children away from his estranged wife and the Yahwehs.
Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is teaching us how to take a little apple seed and turn them into big trees.
Clark's 8-year-old daughter, Keturah, is on the far left in this picture, taped during our guided tour of Yahweh University, where classes begin at age 3.
Yahweh, Ben Yahweh is making this so simple.
Are you worried about them there?
Every day, every night, I worry about them.
But you could be risking your own life trying to get them out of there, couldn't you?
Sure. I'm risking my life right now.